Let's get to the rest of the game.
Yeah, he got ripped in the crunch time.
Endings I can remember from
that was
the
crazy.
No call on. I'll give you all the things, and then we can talk about
the
it.
Jarrett Allen thing was ridiculous.
They played pretty poorly in the second and third quarter. And they were down, before they started that, they were down what, 15, 16? I can't remember what they were down.
I think 13, but there was double digits.
But they went on a 16-0 run.
Led by Ty Jerome.
They were up by 6. And I don't know about you guys, I thought it was done. When they went up by 6, I thought it was
done. VanVleet.
And then VanVleet knocks down 2 threes.
He hit a 30-footer.
The Houston Rockets was going to win that game. Before it even tipped off, I knew it.
VanVleet hit that jumper.
They scrappy, man.
But when the Cavs were up by 6, you didn't think they would have win?
I thought they was going to win.
I thought the Rockets was going to win that game.
I thought that. See, and this is why I'm actually not mad about it. The Rockets are, they're a scrappy team. They're young, but they did what young teams do. They should have put the Cavs away when they had a chance. They was up 13. The Cavs was losing the entire game. And I knew this is what happens. This is what happens when you have young teams. Young teams sometimes don't have that killer instinct to put people away. They didn't put the Cavs away. They let them stay in the game. And when you got a team that got shot makers that can hit tough shots and is playing like the Cavs that are a veteran squad that play together a long time, you're going to let them back in the game. They got up 6. And I think it was powerful because Ty Jerome came back in. And Ty Jerome does what he does. He gets steals. He created the energy. And then they go up 6. And I'm sitting here to myself saying like, all right, listen, VanVleet had killed you all night. He was the only guy that was really knocking down open shots. I'm like, please don't let the ball get to VanVleet. It was a scramble. He hits 2 threes that ties it back up. But
that guy's never been a shot he's afraid to take.
And I did not know Sengun and the Wagners was cousins.
Yeah.
They are cousins.
How is that? I don't understand. Like, I like physical play, and Mike said, when I said, how is that not a foul, Mike was like, well, you guys are always complaining it's not physical enough, and that's fine. But I didn't know you could just shove a guy on the ground.
This was so the end of the game between the Sengun foul, then the flagrant that they ended up calling on Houston, the strip, the miss, the free throws, just a wild ending. If you missed it, here's the foul. Steve, you take it forward.
Yeah.
You see it live. You'll see it again in slow motion in a sec. In no world is this not a flagrant or a technical.
I have
no
crazy.
explanation.
They went and looked at the replay.
I couldn't believe it.
I actually don't like the rule that leads to a technical foul in the Darius play. I don't like that rule, but I understand that
it's a player safety thing more than anything.
No, I know. I don't like it.
But this, and you're going to see the replay. I have no explanation. It is unfathomable to me how this play, nice, maybe an N1 plays through it, but that is not a basketball. There's nothing about that that's a basketball play. I don't understand it.
Was it ever explained after the game? No. Did they do that 2-minute report or whatever?
I didn't see it yet. Maybe it'll come out later.
We need to get some clarification. I don't understand. And they didn't even, on the broadcast, well, it was not a national broadcast, and they were apoplectic, our announcers, about it.
I don't like that. I don't like that this happened like this because, see, just when you think the Cavs turned the corner, like something like this happened, and then it brings up things about.
Oh yeah, they got manhandled.
That bothers me.
They got manhandled. That was a concern. That was my biggest concern.
And that was my question to you guys yesterday, and I want to ask it again today. This was kind of a test. Houston's built in the same ilk as the OKCs, the Indianas. They can make it physical. They have the long, athletic wings. And last night, we saw what had happened in the past, which was Houston out-physicaled and out-athleted Cleveland.
That's a dirty play, though.
That's definitely
a dirty play.
That is a dirty play.
That's a dirty play.
But there were a lot of other plays where, we all like Dean Wade. He was getting his ass kicked physically. Well, they were pushing him around.
Here's what Kenny
on every play.
Why you gotta bring Dean into this?
Here's what they're gonna have to do.
Go ahead.
They're gonna have to have a discussion about who's going to be the honorary goon. Yeah. Tristan Thompson got 6 fouls to give, and we got fine money for Tristan.
Yeah.
If he get fined, he get kicked out of a game. Listen, we got money for him, but you're going to need to have some sort of enforcer.
Got a baby by the
Kardashians
because you might have to backhand a couple people and let them know what type of time we on.
And we got a Morris brother. Is there a Morris brother available?
Is there a Morris anywhere?
Yeah.
Does Ron Artest have anything left in the tank?
We don't have that type of guy on our roster.
Tristan is the closest. Niang second. But this brings up a bigger question. We've talked about the wing at length.
Yeah.
With Mobley out, they don't have a legitimate back. Tristan Thompson's their only legitimate backup big. And I'll be honest, I like Tristan, nice guy.
Can't play.
I don't think he could be in a playoff rotation.
He got to be on that stuff again.
Mike, was it like I'll say what I put in our chat group. I said, or maybe I don't remember if it was in the chat group or what. I said, Dean Wade's got to get his pasty white ass into the gym. I mean, he needs to get stronger.
Well, he's not a center, and trying to guard Sengun is a nightmare for. I mean, Sengun outbodied Jarrett Allen yesterday.
They got some huge.
I didn't even know they had Adams.
G, hold on. Did I not try to tell y'all this yesterday?
Okay, yeah, I was
trying to tell y'all.
G was the one.
I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you.
I wish I would have been here because I would have told you. I'm taking
that other dude. What's his name?
Thompson is a monster.
And then they still got
Steven Adams.
Steven Adams, who looks like a bad guy in an action movie.
Hey, listen.
He's Aquaman.
Hey, let me.
Jason
yeah, he
Momoa.
is Aquaman, low key. Let me tell you why I don't give no credit.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm still not even tripping on these dudes.
They got a coach that's a really good coach.
Hey man, listen.
You do some tricky stuff off the court, but
I mean, real tricky. He real tricky.
Yeah, man, knee alone, man.
We don't got to get. Listen,
That's wild. That's nasty work.
Even their coach looks scary.
He looked like
I
was about to say he definitely called LeBron.
He tried to fight LeBron this year.
Here's why this don't move me, because here's what I'm gonna say. I mean, if Mobley's playing in this game, like you don't have Mobley, you don't got a Coro. You don't got. Hold on. What's the name playing this game? What's his name? Karis LeVert.
Yeah, but wait a second.
Hold on, but
I hear you. But we didn't want to hear when the Cavs beat the Thunder. We didn't want to hear the excuses about
I ain't hear no. I say you can only play who's out there.
Yeah.
So right? I'm not gonna give them no pass about losing the game. They beat them. Who was playing? What I'm saying is,
my thing.
Am I spooked for the future?
Yes.
No,
I am.
I'm not.
I think the Rockets probably don't get to the finals anyway. So.
No, they're not. But that's not the point.
You probably don't have to play them.
My issue with the whole thing is that they put on tape how you can be successful against the Cavs.
But I don't think there's a lot of teams that have the physicality that they do.
True. But it's out there.
Okay, they can money the game.
No, you would say that the playoffs is different. It's more of a physical.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right, let's put that out there.
They can money the game up, but at the same point in time, they beat the Cavs, and the Cavs didn't even play well, and they beat them by 1 point.
Two.
Donovan Mitchell had 19 points. Like they didn't play well, and
Donovan
they missed they missed 2 free throws. 90% free throw shooter on the line. It's not like these dudes came out here and gave us OKC.
All right, check this. Let me. This has nothing to do with that, but it does have something to do with that. If that's the case, then Ohio State losing to the Wolverines shouldn't do anything to you because they missed 2 field goals.
Who? What you mean?
When we lost to the Wolverines this year, we missed 2 field goals. So technically, we should have won 16-13 as bad as they played.
I mean, but you didn't make it though.
That's my point exactly about Darius last night.
That's what I'm saying.
You talking about you ain't concerned?
I'm not concerned. You can win. You can lose a game to somebody in the short term, but in the long term, not be pressed.
My concern my only concern out of this is not that they can't beat the Rockets. It's that there's a little bit of a concern if a team, and I think it's always been there because it was an issue last year, that if there's a team that's very physical with them,
the Knicks,
it's still something they're going to have to overcome. Now, you're probably right because Mobley's been way more physical this year than he has in the past. But as much as I love Jarrett Allen, and he scored well yesterday, he was getting manhandled.
I mean, here's the thing, too. I mean, if the refs are going to let you play dirty,
well, the rest of it wasn't dirty. That play was dirty.
I mean, that's a huge play.
It
right?
was.
And hold on, did you see the elbow he threw on somebody's ribs on the post play?
Who?
A couple of
Sengun uses elbows. He got called for hooking once.
He hit him.
I was surprised. It was a good call. I was surprised they got that call.
Yeah, and they didn't call the other one when he definitely threw more of a bow. But he plays physical. When you play physical and push the limits, you're going to get away with some stuff.
They're not going to call it every time.
Yeah, so look, that's his game.
It concerns me That's all I'm telling y'all.
Let me ask you guys this.
Rockets are a fun team to root for, though. If you're a Rockets fan, you love watching them play because they play a little nasty.
And they have a bunch of chips. If they want to cash in, they got a ton of picks and young guys to trade. But the one thing I want to ask before we move on to Paul Sewald here, Bull, NG, and Tyvis, and whoever wants to start, go ahead. Down the stretch when the Cavs got that lead, they were up 6. The end-of-game offensive execution was not good. And I put a montage together of the last 3 minutes of offensive possessions. I'll just let it play as you guys talk. But what do you guys think of their execution down the stretch when it mattered most?
It was bad, guys.
Too much pick and roll.
That right there, it turned into what we seen, the Donovan show, and I didn't like that part for that step back at the end.
Yeah,
like it's no action no more. Usually you got people setting off ball picks,
and
his
a lot of ball movement. Yeah, nothing.
It turned into a one-on-one. And don't get me wrong, I get it because you want your best player to have the ball at the end, and obviously they get paid a lot of money to be able to create and make their own shots. But what makes the Cavs so special is that they are a great team. Like it's team basketball. Right. So even in that situation, yes, you want your best player taking the shot, but still swing the ball around and run some motions and stuff. Not on that because you only had 2 seconds left. Right. But all the other ones, like run some plays and stuff. And if your guy gets open, cool. If not, you should have faith. That's what this whole season been about for Donovan, having faith and trusting all the other guys to make big plays in big moments. Take the chance, opportunity to let that keep going, keep building upon that. Run the offense, swing the ball around, and let it find the open guy's hands. And you can live with it. If God misses a wide open shot, you can live with that.
That's right.
But it was the right play.
It feels like without Mobley, there's been a little less ball movement overall. And you look at that montage that Mike just played, it felt like every shot was a little forced. And as you said, what's been so good for the Cavs this year is they have moved the ball to get the best shot possible.
Yeah.
And they did none of that at the end of this game.
And for Donovan to do that, knowing that he's having the game that he's having, like, dude, you was 7 for 21. Like,
yeah, and Darius there is taking it in against 3 big guys. Like, he's not going to score there.
So what happens here is when you don't have Mobley, there's a little less balance on the court, and it doesn't give you as much spacing. So when you are guarding Jarrett Allen, Mike, I'm not scared about Jarrett Allen. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have to guard him. I don't have to be super attentive when it comes to help side. So you now also have 2 smaller guards that are trying to create. Yeah. And when you have Thompson and some of those other guards, it's hard to get your shot off against those athletic guys. They're just as athletic as you, but they're making you shoot over contested length. Yeah. So you can see what Mobley means to him. I would like to see them maybe do something where you maybe put one of the guards and the guards pick and roll for each other or something like that, because I think the contested shots at the end, it was just those are just tough looks, and the chances you hitting that is slim to none. So I like more offense. But the 2 things that you can also go back and say that we have to look at and you would probably want back is the loose balls and the turnovers. You saw in that montage, Donovan Mitchell got stripped. Darius Garland got stripped on the play. You didn't get any shots up on those plays, so the turnovers hurt you, including the missed free throws.
Yeah.
So to be truthful, the Cavs had every opportunity to win this game. They basically handed it to them, and they just didn't do what they were supposed to.
Mike, can I see that play, even if it's part of the whole montage? That play where Darius took it to the basket again, what looked like 3 guys.
Yeah, Steve, take 284. It's the second play.
I just was there somebody, the Cavs have been so good at moving without the ball. It just felt like there was none of that. It was just a lot of standing around watching. And I wonder on that play, because Darius, goes up against 3 guys, essentially 3 way bigger guys on this play.
This is the first one from Donovan with the game tied, step back over Thompson.
Right.
Tough look.
Nobody's
really open.
The
next one is Darius.
But there was just a lot of standing around. Again, there's Jarrett Allen moving a little bit. Everybody else is standing around.
No, it's basically an ISO. Basically an ISO.
But his chances, I know he's good at going to the basket, but there's 3 big guys there. It's going to be very hard for him to score in that situation.
And not just bigs, but
I meant to ask you this question. Too. I meant to ask you this question, McNuggets.
Shoot.
In basketball, because I know this used to happen. This happens sometimes when I used to play, and we will ask you because Obviously, you played at a bigger level. When you're playing a game and you're on the road and you've kind of, been outplayed a little bit and you've clawed yourself back in the game and then you get in a position where you can win the game. Does it seem like sometimes instead of the hard thing is to continue to keep cutting, continue to run offense. Sometimes it seems like at the end of the game, people take the easy way out. A step back jumper is something that is easy to get off, but at the same time, it's a very difficult shot to make. So sometimes you almost take the easy way out. It's almost like being like, hey, in football, we're going to go for 2 in regulation to win the game. We ain't going to overtime on this one. We ain't even supposed to be in this game anyway, so we're going to go for 2. Do you think sometimes people take the easy way out by just doing ISOs and taking tough contested shots at the end of the game instead of running offense?
I think at the end of games and in the playoffs more than anything else, because the regular season is not the playoffs, 2 different brands of basketball, but those kind of closing minutes are as close to emulating playoff basketball as you can get. It's about hunting matchups. And I thought the shot that Donovan took with 5 seconds left, the miss with Thompson on him.
The step back.
They came up to set a screen, and he kind of waved off the screen saying, I want to go one-on-one. I would have tried to come off the screen, force Houston into some kind of switch to get a little better advantage because Thompson, the guy, you can take it against Steve, but Thompson, the guy guarding him, is 6'8" and just a stupid athlete. Like, stupid
Look,
athletic.
he's covered. He locking him up.
It's a really difficult shot. It's great defense there by Thompson. On this next one with Darius, I don't know if they ran something again. I can't see what the shot clock says here, so I'm not sure exactly how late in the shot clock this was. But Darius on Jalen Green is probably your best matchup, individually speaking, in that situation, as opposed to having Donovan attack Thompson again. You have Dylan Brooks on Dean Wade. I don't think Fred VanVleet was in on that possession, so that was your best matchup. I don't mind Darius trying to exploit a matchup.
Pop that bad boy.
I'm not saying I love the shot. I'm just saying the matchup. I don't mind Darius saying, this is my best matchup. Let me try to get a good look. But all in all, not good enough offensive execution down the stretch from the Cavs.
Unfortunate.
No
Because they
excuses.
played so great to come back and take that lead.
Crazy loss.
The crazy thing is, at the end of the day, Darius make them 2 free throws.
They win the game.
We talking a whole different
Hopefully.
story.
You never know, yeah. How old is Fred VanVleet, by the way? Feels like he's been around forever.
He is. He's the most expensive player and the oldest player on the Rockets. How old do you think he is?
31. No.
35.
33.
No. He is a 4-year player.
33.
So in college. So I'm going to say he played with the Raptors. I'm going to go with he's 32 and a half.
He turns 31 next month.